In the quiet village of Ogodo, life was not easy. The sun was hot, the farms were dry, and the river trickled like a small snake in the sand. People woke up early, hoping to find food or fetch little water before the heat of the day. Tunde was a small boy with big dreams. His clothes were torn, and his slippers had holes, but his heart was strong. Every morning, Tunde would help his mother pound yam or fetch firewood from the bushes. One evening, after a long day of working on their tired farm, Tunde sat with the village children under the big mango tree. The old storyteller, Baba Kolade, came with his wooden walking stick and tired eyes. Everyone gathered around him. Baba Kolade cleared his throat. "Children, do you know why we fear the forbidden forest?" he asked. The children shook their heads. "Long ago," Baba Kolade began, "our village had a magic drum. It could bring rain, food, even riches. But one day, the drum was stolen by angry spirits and hidden deep inside the forbidden forest. Anyone who goes there," he paused, tapping his stick on the ground, "never comes back." The children gasped. Even the strong ones like Sei and Kunle looked scared. Tunde, however, felt a tiny spark of curiosity. "A magic drum?" he thought. "If I find it, maybe I can help Mama. Maybe we won't be hungry anymore." Days passed and things got worse in Ogodo. The yam barns were empty. The river had almost dried up. People cooked watery soups and shared tiny balls of gari. One afternoon, Tunde's mother sat on a broken stool, her hands small. Please don't forget, if you're loving this video, go ahead and tap that subscribe button. It's free, and it helps us bring you more awesome content. Don't forget to turn on the bell so you won't miss a thing. We're so happy to have you with us. And if you're enjoying what you're watching, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our community. Don't forget to click the bell so you're always the first to know when a new video drops. Thanks. Shaking. "Tunde, there's no more food," she whispered. "We must pray and hope for rain." Tunde's heart squeezed with pain. He hated seeing his mother suffer. He looked out toward the thick trees in the distance, the forbidden forest. He made a decision. Late that night, when the moon was high and the crickets sang, Tunde tied a small bag around his waist. He carried a calabash of water, a piece of dry bread, and a stone for protection. Quietly, he tiptoed past the snoring chickens, past the tired goats, and into the night. As he walked, the forest grew darker. The trees looked like giants reaching for him. Strange sounds floated through the air, hoots, whispers, and something like a soft drumbeat. Dum-dum, dum-dum. Tunde's heart beat faster. "Be brave," he whispered to himself, stepping carefully over twisted roots and fallen branches. Suddenly, a shadow moved. Tunde froze. His toes dug into the earth. From behind a thick bush, two glowing eyes stared at him. Tunde gripped his stone tightly. Who is there?" he stammered. A loud whoosh of wind passed, shaking the trees. The eyes disappeared. Tunde ran deeper into the forest, his slippers slapping the ground, his breath hot in his chest. He didn't stop until he reached a small clearing, and there, under a wide iroko tree, was something shining, something round, something beautiful. It was a drum with red, blue, and gold beads woven around it. It looked old, but powerful. It looked alive. Tunde stepped closer, his mouth dry, his heart hammering. Dum-dum, dum-dum. The drum was beating, all by itself. Tunde stood still, staring at the drum under the giant iroko tree. The night air was cold against his skin, but he couldn't move. The drum was calling him. Dum-dum, dum-dum. Slowly, Tunde stepped closer. His bare feet sank into the soft, wet earth. The beads around the drum sparkled under the moonlight like tiny stars. As he reached out his hand, a deep voice filled the clearing. "Who dares touch the sacred drum?" Tunde jumped back, almost dropping his calabash. It is me, Tunde," he said, his voice shaking. "I only want to help my mother and my village." The voice rumbled again, like distant thunder. "Many have come with greed, many have come with pride. Only the pure-hearted shall carry me." Tunde swallowed hard. He thought of his mother's tired face. He thought of the hungry children in Ogodo village. He thought of the empty river. "I am not greedy," Tunde whispered. "I just want to help." The ground trembled softly. The iroko tree's branches swayed, even though there was no wind. Suddenly, the drum began to rise into the air. It floated gently, spinning slowly, and then landed right at Tunde's feet. "Pick me up," the voice said. Tunde bent down and lifted the drum. It was lighter than he expected. Warmth flowed from it into his hands, then into his chest, filling him with courage. Use me wisely, the voice warned. 3 beats for food, 4 beats for rain, 5 beats for gold. But beware, if you use me with a wicked heart, the spirits of the forest will come for you. Tunde nodded quickly. I promise, I will not be wicked. The voice faded into the night, leaving only the soft chirps of insects and the far-off howl of a bush dog. Tunde wrapped the drum in his cloth and carried it carefully. He began the long walk back home, his heart pounding with excitement and fear. The forest seemed different now. The trees didn't look so scary. The strange sounds had softened, almost as if the forest itself was blessing him. When Tunde finally reached the edge of the village, the rooster crowed, announcing the coming of dawn. He hid the drum under his bed and lay down, pretending to be asleep just as his mother woke up. Tunde, wake up, she called tiredly. Let's go and look for cassava roots. Tunde sat up, his eyes shining. Mama, wait, he said. I have a feeling today will be different. His mother sighed and shook her head. We need a miracle, my son. Tunde smiled secretly. He had the miracle right under his bed. That night, when the village lights went out and everyone slept, Tunde brought out the drum. He remembered the voice. 3 beats for food, he whispered. He tapped the drum carefully. Dum! Dum! At first, nothing happened. Tunde's heart sank. Maybe it's just a dream, he thought. But then, whoosh! A strong, sweet smell filled the air. Bowls of steaming jollof rice, plates of pounded yam, grilled fish, a goosey soup, and even sweet mangoes appeared all around him. Tunde's mouth fell open. It was real. The drum's magic was real. He quickly gathered the food and placed it in the kitchen. His mother woke up and screamed with joy. Tunde, where did all this come from? Tunde just smiled. God answered our prayers, Mama. His mother danced around, clapping her hands. We must share with the neighbors. Soon the whole village was buzzing. Families who had not eaten properly in days came to Tunde's house, and his mother gave them food with a big smile. Everyone was happy. But hidden in the shadows, someone was watching. Chief Kobo, the richest and greediest man in the village, rubbed his fat belly and narrowed his eyes. How can a poor boy have so much food? He muttered. His heart burned with jealousy. He wanted to know Tunde's secret, and he would do anything to take it. Please don't forget. If you're loving this video, go ahead and tap that subscribe button. It's free and it helps us bring you more awesome content. Don't forget to turn on the bell so you won't miss a thing. We're so happy to have you with us and a friend. And if you're enjoying what you're watching, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our community. Don't forget to click the bell so you're always the first to know when a new video drops. Thanks. The next morning, the whole village gathered in front of Tunde's small mud house. Bring your calabashes, Mama Tunde called happily. There is enough food for everyone. Old men, young women, children, and even the hunters with their long Dane guns came running. The smell of jollof rice, roasted goat meat, akara, and fresh bread filled the air. Everyone laughed and sang, praising God for his mercy. Tunde is blessed, they cried. Tunde is a child of miracles. Tunde smiled shyly as he helped pass bowls of food to the hungry villagers. His heart was full of joy. Finally, Mama could laugh again. Finally, no child would sleep with an empty stomach. Day after day, the blessings continued. Every night, Tunde would beat the drum 3 times, and food would appear like magic. He kept the drum a secret, hidden in a clay pot under his bed. Only he and the forest spirits knew. But good news travels fast, and bad people listen faster. At the far end of the village, Chief Kobo sat in his large compound, fanning himself with a raffia fan. His round face was sour, and his eyes sharp like a hawk's. How can a poor boy feed the whole village? He grumbled. I am the chief. I should have the power. I should have the magic. He called his servants. Go and spy on Tunde. Find out his secret. That evening, 2 of Chief Kobo's boys, Musa and Efe, crept around Tunde's compound, hiding behind bushes and banana trees. They saw Tunde carrying a small pot carefully into his room. They reported back to Chief Kobo. A pot? The chief said, scratching his oily head. Maybe the magic is inside. Chief Kobo's greedy heart grew hotter. I must have that magic drum, he said. With it, I will become the richest man in the whole of Nigeria. The next day, he sent Tunde an invitation. A young messenger boy arrived, breathing heavily from running. He carried a dirty envelope sealed with palm oil. Tunde, he shouted, the chief invites you to a grand feast in your honor. After a long time, he found a small clearing by a quiet stream. He sat down under a big orange tree, hugging the pot to his chest. The night was cold and full of strange sounds, owls hooting, crickets singing, frogs croaking. But Tunde wasn't afraid anymore. He placed the pot carefully on the ground and uncovered the drum. The beads around it shimmered softly in the moonlight. Tunde remembered the words of the spirit: 3 beats for food, 4 beats for rain, 5 beats for gold. But beware, if you use me with a wicked heart, the spirits of the forest will come for you. He thought about Chief Kobo, how his greed almost destroyed everything. I must use the drum with a good heart, Tunde said. He looked up at the dry sky and the dying trees. The village needed rain more than anything. He picked up the drum, closed his eyes, and beat it carefully. Dum, 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 dum. At first, there was only silence. Then, a soft rumble. Clouds rolled across the sky. Lightning flashed. And then, heavy drops of rain began to fall. Tunde laughed and shouted with joy. The rain soaked him from head to toe, washing away the dust, the fear, and the sadness. The streams filled up, the crops drank deeply, the mango trees danced in the rain, the whole land came alive again. The villagers woke up to the sound of rain beating on their roofs. They ran outside, dancing, singing, praising God. Rain, 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 they shouted. Mama Tunde looked around for her son, but he was nowhere to be found. Days passed. Without Tunde, the food from the drum disappeared. The villagers grew worried. They searched the farms, the river, the old shrines, but they couldn't find him. Chief Kobo, feeling ashamed and defeated, locked himself in his palace. His greed had brought him nothing but disgrace. Meanwhile, deep in the forest, Tunde lived quietly. He built a small hut with sticks and banana leaves. He ate fruits, drank from the stream, and protected the drum. One morning, as the mist floated over the ground, the spirit of the drum spoke again. Tunde, it said, your heart is pure. You have proved yourself worthy. The drum began to glow, brighter and brighter, until it filled the whole forest with golden light. Then, something magical happened. The drum lifted into the air, spun around, and split open. From inside, tiny seeds floated out, seeds of yam, maize, cassava, and rice. They spread across the land, planting themselves in the soil. In seconds, green shoots burst from the earth. Fruits ripened on trees, streams overflowed with clean water. The whole village became rich in food and water. Tunde watched with wide eyes, feeling joy bubble in his chest. It's a gift for everyone, the spirit said. You have saved your people. Then the drum faded into the sky, like smoke blown by the wind. Tunde stood alone, but not lonely. He knew his mission was complete. The next day, when the villagers came to the forest to pray for rain again, they found Tunde sitting by the stream, smiling. Tunde, they cried, you are alive! Mama Tunde ran and hugged him tightly, tears running down her cheeks. My son, she whispered, you are our hero. The village elders knelt before him, thanking him for saving their land. From that day, Ogodo village changed. No one went hungry again. The river sang happily as it flowed. Children played under the mango trees. Farms overflowed with food. And Tunde? He grew up to be the wisest leader Ogodo had ever known. A boy who listened to the spirits, loved his people, and never let greed into his heart. The magic drum was never seen again. But its spirit lived in every yam harvest, every mango fruit, and every laugh of a child. And every night, when the moon was high, the people of Ogodo would gather under the big mango tree and tell the story. The boy who saved the village because he had a pure heart. And so the legend of Tunde, the keeper of the drum, lived forever. Please don't forget, if you're loving this video, go ahead and tap that subscribe button. It's free and it helps us bring you more awesome content. Don't forget to turn on the bell so you won't miss a thing. We're so happy to have you with us. And if you're enjoying what you're watching, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our community. Don't forget to click the bell so you're always the first to know when a new video drops. And don't forget, type on comments section which country